Have you ever wondered what reality is? Is what we see and touch really all there is? Today, let's explore the nature of reality and dive into what's real and what's just perceived. Reality is a tricky thing. It's like a magic show. What you see might not be all there is. Imagine you're watching a magician. You see a rabbit appear from an empty hat, but you know it's a trick, right? Reality can be like that too. Let's start with some philosophers. Plato, a Greek philosopher, thought reality was like shadows on a cave wall. He believed we only see shadows of the real things, and to understand true reality, we need to look beyond what we see. Then there's René Descartes, who wondered if everything we see and feel could be a dream. He thought that the only thing we can be sure of is that we're thinking. I think, therefore I am, he said. Another philosopher, George Berkeley, had a different idea. He believed that things only exist when we perceive them. If a tree falls in a forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? Berkeley would say no. Science gives us more clues about reality. Albert Einstein taught us about relativity, how space and time are linked, and how they can change depending on how fast you're moving. Then there's quantum mechanics, which is like the magic of the tiny world. Werner Heisenberg discovered that we can't know everything about tiny particles at the same time. It's like trying to catch a very fast and tiny fish with your hands. And Erwin Schrödinger gave us the idea of a cat in a box that's both alive and not alive until we check. It's a way to show how strange and uncertain the tiny world can be. Our senses help us understand reality, but they can also trick us. Different animals see the world in different ways. For example, bees see colors we can't, and dogs hear sounds we can't. Even humans can be tricked. Optical illusions make us see things that aren't there, and our brain fills in gaps to make sense of what we see. Artists and writers have their own ways of exploring reality. Salvador Dali, a painter, created dreamlike worlds that make us question what's real. And writers like Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, took us to places where reality is turned upside down. These stories and images remind us that reality can be flexible, and our imagination can take us to incredible places. So what is reality? It's a mix of what we see, what we think, and what we imagine. It's the world around us and how we understand it. Reality might be different for each of us, and that's what makes it so fascinating. The next time you look at the world, remember that there's always more than meets the eye. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep wondering what's real.